The general purpose of formatting is to communicate to an audience what kind of material is going to be presented by the item in question. For instance, very clear formatting with sound logic will signal to the audience that the author is taking the material seriously. But perhaps the formatting can be creative and playful, which may mean the author has those qualities as well. Formatting is also there to help the audience better understand the content. If everything's all jumbled, only the author, or maybe no one, will be able to make sense of what's been written. But if the information is presented in a way where there are clear divisions, breaks, and with clear logical and structural flow, then the learning experience will be much smoother. Similarly, formatting matters a lot for case studies. You have a specific goal in mind to communicate the story of a successful product or feature. You also have an audience that needs to be persuaded, and they will appreciate clear, logically presented information that is easy to digest. Let's look at some examples of formatting your case study. Let's say that you're drafting a case study to sell your enterprise software to a large company, and the client is most interested in the quantitative data. Because of this, it probably makes the most sense to draft a formal case study write-up, also called a white paper. You can have elements such as an introduction or overview outlining the entire case study, and a review of the problems that needed solving or processes that needed better efficiency, an explanation of what kind of data you've collected and how you've collected them, and data indicating, according to the appropriate metrics, that your product was able to solve the problems that it aimed to solve and how that would translate into benefits for the client. As for length, you always want to respect your client's time, so be as efficient with your words and information as you can, while also relaying all the data that is necessary to give your clients a full picture. If that means you can fit everything onto a single page, you should go ahead and do that. Another great way to convey information that is mostly quantitative can be with infographics. If you feel that a less formal or less complex approach to showing off your numbers seems best, then you can use eye-catching graphics to highlight important information in the language that your client might find most convincing and relevant. Infographics and visual representations can save time and help convey complex numerical information efficiently. Infographics can be presented in a variety of different ways, including inside of a larger presentation, newsletter, or website page. But what if your work deals with a lot of qualitative information? Sure, your team has quantified this qualitative information, but you can create a very effective story by focusing on specific examples of clients having really enjoyed the product or feature. If you choose to go this route, then you might want to create material that heavily features stories from customers. One effective way to do this is through videos. It may often be necessary to combine different elements of each of these methods to create the most effective case study. For example, maybe you have some infographics in the video presentation or in the more formal document you've drafted. How you choose to present your information will, again, depend on the kind of information you want to present and to whom you're presenting. It's best to know your audience and how they usually do business. For example, in the workplace culture of Amazon, PowerPoint presentations are not allowed. Knowing this, it would be wise to craft a document with a narrative story that goes along with that company's culture. While this is an extreme example, you should still remember how important it is to get information on how a company culturally operates in order to choose the best delivery method for your case study. And if you're creating a case study for internal use, then you should already have a good idea of your company's organizational culture.